Yes, yes, yes.
Prabhuji,
Okay.
Keshi, Prabhuji, Keshi represents the pride that I am a great guru.
Yes, very good. Yes,
Thank you, Prabhuji.
yes. So that's the bad effect of that many people have when they learn about Krishna and they start preaching. They think they are great masters, but actually they should always be doing it as a servant of Krishna, not thinking themselves as a great guru. So
Yes,
if
Prabhuji.
anybody thinks like that, then they are like Keshi, and Krishna will remove those feelings if you bring Krishna into your heart. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, very nice.
Prabhuji, Vyomasura represents associate with false god and false devotees, na?
Yes, yes, yes. So if you follow any false gods, so there are many cheap gods available today. Some people say I'm God, and if you go follow those people, then that is the Vyomasura mentality. Yeah, very good. So
And Prabhuji,
Vyomasura, very nice. So
and Prabhuji,
Vyomasura, tell.
Vyomasura was a king. Prabhuji, Vyomasura was a king named Bhimarata in his previous life, na?
Yes, yes, yes. Very good.
Thank you.
You have written down good notes and you remember the minute points. Very nice, Tarunji. So anybody can say the story of Vyomasura for Meenakshi who missed last class and Ishika. So
Prabhuji, may
so
I?
what happened?
Prabhuji,
So
may I?
Vyomasura. Yes, yes, please.
Okay, Prabhuji. So, Vyomasura was also a demon sent by this Kansa. So, Vyomasura was a demon like a type of dragon demon. He was and he was also when he Lord Shri Krishna's Krishna was playing with his friends, all the friends. So Vyomasura, when Lord Shri Krishna was not there with his friends, so Vyomasura taken all the friends and he put them in the cave and closed it by a big rock. So
Yeah.
when Krishna came back, so he didn't find his friends there. So then Vyomasura came there and he said, "I have closed your friends in a cave." And then Lord Shri Krishna fighted with the Vyomasura because and he was flying, but Krishna was not flying. But still, Krishna defeated this Vyomasura, and and then he came to his friends. He came to the cave and he by Krishna's power he pushed the rock his full power and the rock and all the his friends was very happy that Lord Shri Krishna came there and he saved them.
Very
Am
nice.
I right, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes. Very good. So they were one point, only one more point is Krishna and the Gopa boys were playing police and robber, right?
Yeah.
And Vyomasura came as a cowherd boy and
Wanted to be like a
a thief. Yes, yes.
Well, he was actually a thief since he
Yeah.
stole
Yes.
Krishna's. Yes, Prabhuji,
Okay.
Yamasur was a real thief.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So let's go into the topics for today. This whole plan was hatched by Kamsa actually after he understood that Krishna is the eighth son of Devaki and he's coming. So Kamsa had planned to send these two asuras, Keshi and Vyomasura, and in the meantime he was also making arrangement for a wrestling match in Mathura, in his capital. What he was planning is if these two demons are unsuccessful in hurting Krishna, then I will invite him over and and in the guise of just a wrestling match, I will fight with Krishna and kill Krishna. That was his plan. And first he wanted to put an elephant in the door, so the elephant might trample Krishna. Then he wanted to put his best five wrestlers like Chanur and Mushtik. They were very, very big
names?
fighters. Yeah. So so he wanted to make them fight, and then if they were unsuccessful, then Kamsa would fight. But Kamsa, by this time, he was really scared because all the demons he sent to Vrindavan got killed. And at this point, he's just trying his best to be alive. But he is always thinking about Krishna, not favorably like a devotee, but as an enemy. But Krishna, if you think about Krishna favorably or unfavorably, but if you're always thinking about Krishna, you'll get the benefit of that. So let's go into today's topic. It is Akrura, who is who is an uncle of Krishna. So he is like a brother of,
Prabhuji,
yeah,
the Kamsa,
Vasudev.
Prabhuji and Kamsa has made the wrestling match. So at that time, Krishna and Balram both have fighten with Kamsa, no?
Yeah. So Krishna and Balram, Kamsa plans to invite to Mathura, and only Krishna fights with Kamsa. We'll come to that topic maybe next class. But both comes to Mathura, and both are fighting like the wrestlers and all. Like Chanur is killed by Krishna, and Mushtik is killed by Balram. So you're right, both of them came. Okay, but we'll go into those topics later. But how did Krishna reach Mathura? So Kamsa made a plan to send Akrura, who is like an uncle of Krishna because he's like a cousin of Vasudev, and the father of Akrura is Swapalika. So then they Kamsa thought, if I send his uncle, he'll definitely come. So he took a new chariot, brand new chariot, and told
So he bought
Akrura.
it?
No, he just had a new chariot made for Krishna and Balram, so that he thought that he can just show all this opulence and Krishna will come. He was afraid that Krishna may not come to Mathura, right? So he wanted to make everything perfect to see that he's inviting well. So he sent Akrura. But Akrura knew all the plans, that he wanted to invite Krishna just in the wrestling match and try an elephant to trample Krishna. All that plan Akrura knew. But Akrura still was a great devotee of Krishna, and he wanted to take the service of bringing Krishna, being an ambassador of a bad demon Kamsa. But still he wanted to use this opportunity to see Krishna. He has heard about Krishna. He knows Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He is such a great devotee of the Lord. In fact, Akrura is the best devotee of Krishna in praying to Krishna. So there are nine types of bhakti. Just hearing about Krishna is one type of bhakti. Then saying about Krishna, like reading, like preaching about Krishna, or singing, or
Yes,
singing.
Prabhuji.
Shravanam, Kirtanam.
Vishnu
Yes, yeah,
Prabhuji,
yes.
Achyutam Keshavam Krishna. No, sorry, Prabhuji.
Shravanam.
Kirtan,
Yeah.
Kirtan of Lord Shri Krishna, Archanam, Vandanam, and
Dasyam.
hearing about Lord Shri Krishna, and Dashyam Prabhuji, and Sakyam, and Atmanivedanam, and one
Yes.
more Prabhuji.
Oh, okay. First is Shravanam, one. Kirtanam. Then Vishnu Smaranam. Vishnu Smaranam is Kirtanam, Vishnu, and Smaranam is thinking about Krishna. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. So Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, and then Archanam, Vandanam. So Vandanam is one of the types of bhakti, and Akrura is the best in doing vandana, in praying to the Lord. So Akrura, being such a great devotee of the Lord, is always praying to the Lord, and he was so excited to get this
Prabhuji,
opportunity.
Akrura represents for.
So Akrura is not a demon. So there is no such representation. All the demon stories are done, like that Bhakti Vinod Thakur connected to some anarthas in the heart. That the list is complete now. That we won't have any of those anymore. Okay. So this is Akrura. Akrura represents a great devotee. It's nothing bad in Akrura. Okay. All right.
Okay,
So
Prabhuji. Then Akrura may be the uncle of Krishna. They told
yes,
like
yes,
that.
yes, yes. And his father is Swapalika. So Akrura is coming. So he got this job from Kamsa to bring Krishna, and he's so excited. He's dreaming about Krishna and praying to Krishna in his mind. And when he got the new chariot, he was so happy because he didn't want to take a used Kamsa's chariot to Krishna. He wanted a fresh chariot because everybody wants to give the best to the Lord, right? So a devotee always want to do that because in some movies, like a recent movie in PK, they were saying, why you want to worship the Lord, instead of that why don't you give to the poor? But they never say that, like, a very rich man, when he makes a 10-story building as a house, and only for his family, nobody says anything. So so see how nobody wants to worship the Lord. They want to just worship themselves. That's not the right thing. You have to give the best things to the Lord. For yourself, you should just have bare minimum. So Akrura is thinking that he wants to give the best chariot to the Lord. So he's very happy that he got a new chariot. And then he went to sleep, and next morning he starts to go to Vrindavan. And when he goes to Vrindavan, Mathura to Vrindavan is barely like a 2 hour drive. um, but he takes a whole day because he's just so much anticipating to see Krishna, that he just goes round and round and round and round, and he somehow finally reaches Vrindavan. And when he sees the footprints of the Lord, he just falls on the ground, and he's so happy, and he's shedding tears of joy because Krishna's foot has so many symbols, like a lotus flower and a chakra. So uh, so he saw those magical symbols on his footprints, and he really was so happy that he's going to see the Lord. And in the meantime, so Akrura comes, and then he comes to Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj welcomes him, and then asks him to stay with them for the night, and next day they can go. By the time the news reaches the gopis that Krishna is leaving Vrindavan, and they just stop everything they are doing, and they are in disbelief. They can't even imagine not having Krishna in Vrindavan for a few hours. So when Krishna used to take the cows, they are waiting all day to see Krishna. But if Krishna is going for many days, how can they stop stop that from happening? They're thinking this Akrura is not a Akrura. He's actually a Krura. They're thinking, because he's coming and taking away our beloved Krishna. Um, so so the gopis are very sad. So one thing that happens is, Akrura is a great devotee. He asks permission from Nanda Maharaj. He tells Krishna and Balram about the situation, how they have to go, and they should kill Kamsa and all that. But to the greatest devotees of Krishna, Akrura didn't go and tell them this is happening. So because of that, we'll see later in a pastime that Akrura gets involved in the Samantaka jewel episode, where in a bad way, because anytime you hurt a devotee, a reaction will come back to you. But at this point, Akrura is doing everything right. The only thing he missed probably to go tell the gopis that he's taking Krishna to Mathura. So next day, the gopis they forget all their social norms and run away from everybody, and they come and try to stop. They lie on the next to the wheel. They won't let Krishna go, and they are
There are a lot of gopis.
yeah. So all the gopis are trying to stop Krishna from going, but Krishna is very sad. But he says he will definitely come back soon. But in reality, Krishna, after he goes, he doesn't come back soon. Um, yeah.
Prabhuji, Prabhuji, the gopi Geet was sang by the gopis in the separation of Lord Shri Krishna, na?
Yeah. Sorry, they're trying to stop Krishna from going. What did you say, Tarunji? I didn't get it. Can you say that again, please?
Prabhuji, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the gopi Geet is sang by the gopis for the separation of Lord Shri Krishna.
Yes. Gopi Gita is there. There are many wonderful prayers by the gopis. When Krishna is separated, there is a prayer. So they are the best devotees. So in Bhagavatam, yes, we call it many of these are
Why,
called Viraha Gita, Gopi Gita. Yes, very nice.
Prabhuji, why
Okay,
did
yeah.
what is the problem which Krishna didn't come back?
Oh, that we'll go into later, right? At this time, Krishna is saying he'll come back soon. But if you remember, Narada Muni came and reminded Krishna that he has a lot of duties left in this world to his parents, actual parents, Vasudeva and Devaki, are being
What are
persecuted in.
Muni's parents?
No, Narada Muni is a celestial messenger, right? Um, so he has many births, and there are many stories about Narada Muni. Let's not go there. But how Narada Muni became Narada Muni is he served a lot of devotees in his mother's house, and Bhagavatam says about how he got all the spiritual credits to become a great Narada Muni. Okay, so Krishna is now deciding to go to Mathura to do all his other pastimes. But in reality, Krishna is always in Vrindavan because Vrindavan is the place where his best devotees are. And Krishna likes to be a simple cowherd boy. He doesn't want to be a king or anything, but just to do what he took his came to this world for to liberate the world from like the earth was very sad with all the demons, right? Like Jarasandha, there are so many Narakasura, there are so many demons that are not in Vrindavan who are hurting devotees. So Krishna had to remove them from this world and show his mercy to other devotees who are not in Vrindavan also. So he has to go. But in reality, Krishna's heart is always in Vrindavan because the greatest love the devotee has is shown in Vrindavan. It is not based on Krishna's high position or being God. They just have the greatest love for Krishna there. In Mathura and Dwaraka, Krishna's pastimes are more of awe and reverence. That means everybody fears Krishna as a great king and a very powerful fighter and all that. In Vrindavan, everybody makes fun of Krishna and and tries to play tricks on Krishna. But Krishna likes that more than being thought of as a great god and a king and all. Okay. Yeah.
Lord
Okay.
Krishna likes to
All
be
right.
അടിയൊക്കെ
Oh,
കൊണ്ട് ജീവിക്കുന്ന Krishna.
okay. So Meenakshi ji, your phone is not on mute. So let's go into the next what happens. So Krishna convinces uh, the gopis that he has to go, and then the gopis keep watching Krishna leave, and they don't leave when the chariot leaves. They even watches until every dust particle that flew up in the air by the chariot, it settles down. Until then, they were watching, and to in the distance that Krishna's chariot is going away. And as they reach the banks of the Yamuna, Akrura stops the chariot and he wants to take a bath in the. There is a little ghat that later becomes to be known as Akrur Ghat. So he wants to take a bath, and when he takes a bath, he sees the Vishnu form of Krishna under the water, and all the demigods, including Lord Shiva, Brahma, all the Sanat Kumaras, all the rishis, they're all praying to Lord Vishnu or Krishna. And then he said, I just saw this person. It's just that he's got Chakra, Gada, Padma, and I just saw him. He's sitting in my chariot. Now I see him underwater. And he sees that Balram is actually the Sheshnag, the bed of Lord Vishnu. And he comes out and he sees Krishna and Balram are still there talking. And he goes back in, he sees them as Sheshnag and Mahavishnu. So he understands that who he has in his chariot is none other than the Supreme Lord Krishna. And so he's praying to the Lord. He has wonderful prayers to the Lord describing his different paraphernalia. And then he comes back and prays to, he tells Krishna and Balram that he knows who they are, and he's so happy to have them serve them by taking them in the chariot to Mathura. So then, actually Nanda Maharaj and other cowherd men also are following in other chariots, and since they stopped here, like Akrura, Krishna and Balramji stopped here, they all reached Mathura already. But Akrura with Krishna and Balram, they reach later. So there's a camp already set up, and Krishna, once he reaches, Akrura says, oh Krishna, I really want to take you to my house. And Krishna says, no, I have a job to do. I have to remove Kamsa from the throne. So only after all those jobs I will come to your house. So Krishna doesn't go to Akrura's home. He goes to the camp where Nanda Maharaj and rest of the cowherd men were waiting in Mathura. And then Krishna tells Nanda Maharaj, hey dad, I just want to go out and see Mathura with my brother. So Nanda Maharaj says, don't do any mischief, because when you are in Vrindavan, you can do any mischief you want, but this is not our place. And you know, Kamsa is a cruel king. He will bring you harm, and his soldiers are everywhere, so don't do any mischief. Krishna says, oh, okay, don't worry about it. And Krishna and Balramji starts walking around, and everybody has heard about Krishna's pastimes. And you know, Krishna, any beauty you see in the world, Krishna is a sum total of all those beauty in the infinite level, right? So any beautiful person you see, so you can imagine how beautiful Krishna is, because whatever any person is in this world is nothing compared to Krishna. So he's very beautiful. Everybody wants to offer obeisances and all that. And what happens is, as Krishna is walking, he sees a washerman who has lot of new clothes that were washed up and ready for Kamsa. So Krishna says, hey, I'm dressed as a cowherd boy, but when I go to see Kamsa, I have to wear some royal clothes. So why don't you give me some clothes? And if you give me these clothes, you'll get a lot of good benefits. You know, usually people go to the temple and they want to give the Lord something. Here Krishna himself is asking this washerman, his name is Rajaka. So he asked Rajaka, can you give me these clothes? He said, Krishna asked, very nice, But then this Rajaka is very, very proud of being the king's washerman. He said, "Who do you think you are? You're just a cowherd boy." He was acting very, very arrogant, and he said, "You are a country bumpkin. You shouldn't be
Prabhuji,
here."
what was the Prabhuji, what was the name? Prabhuji, what was the name of the washerman?
Rajaka, Rajak. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes. So, and
Okay,
then
Prabhuji.
Rajaka says, "Oh, you are not worth this. Just run away, or Kamsa's men will come and kill you now, because you are just such a impudent person. You should get out of here." And all Krishna did was to just touch him, and his head fell down from his body. So so people might think, hey, why did Krishna do that? But actually, this same washerman was the washerman in Treta Yuga, who was the reason that Ram and Sita had to separate. So it is the same person who was telling his wife, when the wife didn't come in the night, she came the next morning after sleeping in some other house. When she came, he said, "I'm not Ram to accept you back." Like Mother Sita was away in Ravan's kingdom, and I'm not like Ram to allow you to come back after being in some other house. So that's a reason to make sure that others don't think that Mother Sita is like that. That's why Ram had to send Mother Sita away into Valmiki's ashram, right? So this person was the cause of the whole thing. So again, that's why he got that treatment from the Lord. Okay. And then what happened was, then there was a weaver is a tailor, so he had stitched very good embroidery clothes. So before Krishna reached the weaver, he took the wonderful royal clothes that this Rajaka had, and then and then while they were walking, they saw Vayaka is the tailor. Okay. And now once you just think about, you have deities at home, you dress up the deities, next you have to put ornaments on the deities, right? So now Krishna and Balramji have got the royal clothes, and then next they want ornaments. So for the jewelry, Vayaka actually is a great stitcher. He said, "Oh Lord, I just want to give you these wonderful ornaments." They were cloth ornaments. And why cloth ornaments? Because next day Krishna is going to fight Kamsa and all that. So other ornaments might come and hurt Krishna, right? So he had made good ornaments with with thread itself, like golden thread and all that. So he wanted to give the clothes to Krishna, and he actually dressed up Balramji and Krishna really well with all these wonderful embroidered clothes. And actually, this person's name is Vayaka. In his previous life, he used to be a tailor in Mithila. Mithila is Mother Sita's kingdom, right? So when Ram and Lakshman had come to marry, because all four brothers got married on the same day. Ram got married to Urmila, and Lakshman got married to Urmila. Ram got married to Sita. So they were all there, and then this same tailor in his previous life had provided the clothes, the wedding clothes for Ram and Lakshman. So, but he had the desire in his heart to 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 actually decorate the Lord himself, but he never got the opportunity at that time. So so um, what happened is, he got this opportunity now when Krishna and Balram came. Ram and Lakshman is none other than Krishna and Balram, right? So it's another expansion of the Lord, the same person. So now he got the opportunity to decorate them. Okay. And Krishna said, "You are such a good person. you after your life you'll become a cowherd boy in Goloka Vrindavan. Okay, so we are running a little late, but there are one more story we have to cover. So, so then Krishna comes to a florist. His name is Sudama. This is not the Sudama that Krishna meets in Sandipani Muni's ashram. That's another Sudama. So this Sudama florist, he decorates Krishna with wonderful flowers, and he so just imagine, like in a temple, first they bathe the deities, they put wonderful clothes on the deities, and then they put ornaments, and then they put flowers, right? So now it's a turn to put flowers on Krishna and Balramji in Mathura. So the florist will come, and florist is not coming. He is actually making flowers, thinking about Krishna. And this Sudama has seen Krishna and Balram in Vrindavan, but only in a distance. And he every day makes wonderful garlands, anticipating that someday he'll be able to give Krishna. And Krishna actually went into his house. So, Akrura called him home. He didn't go. But to Sudama florist's house, Krishna himself was searching for this florist and went to his house. So it is because in his previous life, this florist, his name was Hemamali, and he used to be a florist of Kubera. And he, for 1,000 years, he prayed to Lord Shiva. And when Lord Shiva came, he said he wants to receive Krishna in his house. And then he got that benediction in Dwapara Yuga. And while he was making these flowers, Krishna actually came into his house, and he couldn't believe his eyes. And he decorated Krishna and Balramji so well with all the wonderful flowers. And then, as Krishna was walking, there was this beautiful lady, but she had a hunchback. Her back is bent because there's a problem with her vertebral column in the back, right? Her spinal cord, it's bent over. So that hunchback was there. So she had good sandalwood paste and ointments and all that. And she said, "Oh Krishna, can I please put this sandalwood paste on you?" And Krishna and Balram, and she put it on them. And Krishna was so happy with her. Her name is Kubja, and Krishna removes the hunchback from Kubja, and Kubja becomes a very, very beautiful lady. And Kubja says, "Oh Krishna, I want you to come to my house. I really want to enjoy you. You should come."
Someone is just doing scribbling in the screen.
Yes, yes. I think it is Tarunji who wants to show us that what the picture means. But yeah. So let me. I will clear it. Okay. Okay. So then what happens is, who was this Kubja in the previous life? This Kubja was actually Surpanaka, Ravana's sister, who came and said she wants Ram her wife, as her husband. So Ram said he cannot marry more than one wife, and so she did tapasya for 1,000 years, and Lord Shiva said, "No, Ram cannot be your husband, but in the next yuga, Krishna will become like your husband." So so that's what Kubja represents, or Kubja is, and Kubja actually represents like the Bhumi Devi in this pastime, because Bhumi Devi is totally bent over with all the evil people, and Krishna comes and removes the burden from Bhumi Devi by taking out all the bad demons. Okay, so last pastime is Krishna was then walking, and he had actually come for there was a Dhanur yagya planned. Dhanur yagya is a puja of the bow of Lord Shiva. Okay, so that Kamsa wanted to do that, and Krishna comes and he sees this bow there, and he just wants to string the bow, just like Ram tried to do it and when he tries to do it, it breaks into pieces. And then Kamsa's men starts coming to fight Krishna and Balram for breaking the bow, and then with both the halves of the bow, Krishna and Balram just finishes them off. So
Even
then
Kamsa?
no, not Kamsa, just Kamsa's soldiers who were guarding the bow. And then Krishna and Balram are returning back to their camp, and all the beautiful ladies of Mathura are seeing the heroic activities of Krishna, and they are saying, "Oh, Krishna! I wish Krishna was my husband." And everybody is just watching. You see all the Mathura ladies. So actually, Vrindavan ladies was thinking the same. Oh, we are so unfortunate. Krishna is leaving us. Mathura ladies will now have Krishna, and we cannot have Krishna now. They are so fortunate. And actually, Krishna is looking at them and thinking, "Oh, these looks like my gopis." Krishna's mind is still with in Vrindavan. And Krishna comes back to camp, and then Nanda Maharaj says, "Oh, you were sent to do no mischief, and you actually finished off a washerman and some of these Kamsa's soldiers. You are, but your leelas are supreme, so nobody can explain that." But Krishna, and that's what happened on the first day of Krishna reaching Mathura. So that concludes the class today. Is there any questions before we go to Kahoot?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, very good. So let's start the Kahoot. Okay, the game pin is 42835562.
42835562.
Yes. Oh, look at Tyra Ji. She has peacocks and good fireworks around her name. Okay, everybody knows how to get into Kahoot. First, you have to go to kahoot.it and then enter the pin 42835562. Oh, Ishika is in. Very good. Krishna is in. Ishika ji, what is star WU star?
When you look at it closely, it's kind of like a face.
Oh, yeah. That's very nice. It's like the W is like a nose, the U's are like
Eyes.
yeah. That's very artistic of you, Ishika ji.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
saw it on your name.
Okay, who else is joining? Today, not many are interested, looks like. Where is
Prabhuji,
Tarunji?
I'm Tarun. Prabhuji, I'm Tarun. I'm joining.
Okay. How about Meenakshi ji? Anybody
Prabhuji,
needs
I'm
more time?
joining.
Okay. Everybody is taking their sweet time. Looks like they're all making. Oh, Radha Meenu. Okay. Chaitra ji is in. So we're just waiting for Tarun ji then.
Yes, Prabhuji, please wait just a minute.
Okay, okay. Okay. Somebody joined Radha Chaitraji. Sorry? Tarunji? Okay, okay. So is everybody having exams now?
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I'm having my exams from Monday.
Oh, wow.
Prabhuji.
Good luck to you. I'm sure you'll do very well.
हो गया start हो गया. I need your blessings. हाँ
Okay.
हाँ quit वो डाल दिया है.
Okay, Tarunji has joined. We can start. Anybody needs more time?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay.
No, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. There are 7 participants and 7 participants also in the Kahoot.
Okay. Okay, there are 12 questions. Akrura was taking Krishna and Balram to New York, Mathura,
New York?
Hastinapur, Ahobilam.
You can eliminate New York. Just eliminate it. Why did you say where I was born?
Mhm. Okay.
It's a new screen.
Yeah, they changed something.
Prabhuji,
Okay. Yes?
can you tell me the password? Kahoot kicked me out.
Okay. The password is right here on the bottom right of the screen. It says
4283562.
4283562.
Oh.
Okay. Thairaji is third place, Tarunji is second place, Ayana is first place, Radha Chaitraji fourth, and Radha Meenakshiji is in fifth. Okay, can we go to the next question? Were you able to join back? Okay. True or false? Akrura was benefited by carrying out Kamsa's order.
What does benefited?
Akrura did Akrura get anything good happen by following Kamsa's order? So others also followed Kamsa's order, but they were trying to do something else. Yes. So in this case, since Kamsa asked to go bring Krishna, Akrura got the best benediction.
Ah, Tarun.
Tarunji is in first place. Who is the father of Akrura? Nagnajita, Shankachuda, Ugrasena, Swafalka. So you should eliminate. Yeah,
Okay.
Swafalka is the right answer. He's the uncle of Krishna.
What?
You're a great uncle of Krishna. Swafalka. Okay. Which form of 9 forms of bhakti is Akrura best at? Hearing, praying, speaking, friendship. This is where we said Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam.
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Yes. So Akrura is the best at praying. Okay. What was the form of Krishna and Balram that Akrura saw under the water in Akrura Ghat? Baby forms, Chaitanya, Nityananda, Vishnu, and Snakebed, youth forms. Yeah, Sheshnag and Mahavishnu.
Youth forms is when Akrura was out of the water.
Okay, who was the washerman that Krishna killed in previous life? So that person said bad things about Sita that caused separation of Ram and Sita. He was a demon, he was a warrior, he was a florist. His name was Rajaka. Yes.
I wrote it down.
Okay. And Meenakshi ji is in second place, Tarunji third place. Who was the weaver that Krishna blessed in previous life? Warrior in Ravana's army, stitched wedding dresses for Ram and Lakshman, Sita Devi's chariot driver, Ram's cook.
Wasn't it Sita or I don't know. Wasn't it like dresses for Ram and Lakshman?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he stitched wedding dresses for Ram and Lakshman. He was in Mithila, Sita's country. That's where they came for the Swayamvar, right?
Yeah, I thought like dress is I thought what a girl wears.
Oh. Wedding clothes then. Who was Sudama's florist? Who was Sudama florist in previous life? Kubera's florist, worshipped Lord Shiva for 1,000 years, wanted to receive Krishna at his home, all of the above. Yeah, all of the above is the right answer. Who was Kubja in previous life? Kaushalya, Kaikeyi, Urmila, Surpanaka. Kubja is the person who was putting sandalwood paste on the Lord and invited Lord to his home. Yeah, Surpanaka. Surpanaka is the one who wanted to marry Ram and he already had a wife. Alright, so Krishna is in 5th place, Radha Chaitraji 4th place, Tarun 3rd place, Radha Meenakshi 2nd place, Ayana 1st place. Okay, 10th question. What reason did Krishna give for not going to Akrura's house? Have to kill Kamsa, have to wrestle, have to go see Mathura, have to see girls of Mathura. Yes.
Mostly
Akrura.
it was the red one, but all of them were right. So basically,
Yeah, that was Krishna said he has to first do his duty of removing Kamsa and then he'll come to Akrura's house. Okay. 11th question. Krishna went to Kubja's house after he straightened her back. True or false? Yeah. So Krishna didn't go to Kubja's house. The only person he went to was the florist's house because.
Prabhuji, my charge is going, so can I leave?
Okay, last question.
Prabhuji, I have to leave. I have 5%.
That's okay. You'll have enough. What did Krishna do to Shiva's bow that was to be worshipped by Kamsa? Shot arrows with it at Kamsa's soldiers, broke it while trying to string it. Yes. Okay. That concludes
Prabhuji, can
today's quiz.
you please say my score?
Yes. 3rd place goes to Tarunji. Oh, 2nd place goes to Meenakshi ji. And 1st place goes to Ayana. Okay. And 4th place goes to Radha Chaitra ji and Krish is 5th place. And you can all see your scores now.
Bye, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, Vancha
Krishna.
Kalpatarupascha, Kripa Simputyabhya, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. Thank you all for joining and learning about Krishna. even though it's your exams. I hope you all had a wonderful Navaratri and Vijayadashmi. And actually, today is Ekadashi. So whatever you do today to pray to Krishna, you'll get special benefits. And Kartik month is starting next Wednesday, so you will actually get more benefit because it's the best month in the year. So whatever you do, if you're chanting one round, do 2 rounds. If you're not chanting, chant 1 round. So if you improve your spiritual activities in that time, it will benefit you a lot. It's a spiritual sale that's going to start next Wednesday, or even today, because today is Ekadashi. Okay, so congrats everyone. You all are winners, whoever's on the screen, because everybody played well and learned about Krishna. And have a good Krishna conscious week. We'll meet again next week. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna,
Okay, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Tarunji, Hari Bol.
Prabhuji, I joined in a different mobile.
Okay, yes, yes, I see you. I see you. This is your score, Meenakshi ji.
I am at the second place.
Yes, very
So
good.
how many mistakes, Prabhuji?
You answered 12 of 12 questions and only you had 2 mistakes.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Very good.